Oh, while I'm here, I may as well. Hey, did you know I've got stickers available for free? That's right, fucking free, you cunts. Some of you might have got them already. To others, they might be on their way. I looked on Patreon to see, what people messaging me about getting free stickers. But if you're not already aware, I've got a bunch of stickers printed. These stickers specifically. If you get 2 of these, you put them on your nipples, and it's like free pasties for your fetish work or whatever it is you do. Goblin pasty fetish porn. And they're only available to Patreon subscribers, just as a little thank you to Patreon subscribers. So I looked on Patreon, expecting to see maybe 5 to 10 messages from people being like, yeah, I'll take some free stickers. If they're free, I'll have some free stickers. I'll have some fucking free stickers. There were 41 messages on from people asking for free stickers, which was great. I was really stoked about that. It was far more. Like I said, I was expecting 5 or 10, maybe 15 people would be like, not just want the free stickers, but really, willing to bother asking and giving me their address to get free stickers. So to then see almost 4 times or more what I was expecting. So yeah, that was really great. Thank you to everybody who is getting stickers. There's some people who are brand new to my Patreon, so I'm really grateful for that. And some people who've been on my Patreon literally for years. And I'm really grateful for them too. Also, I was thinking I'll do free stickers and maybe just ask people to pay postage, but then I was like, they're not really free stickers, so I'm losing a lot of money by sending everyone free fucking stickers, aren't I? But never mind, eh? It's not about the money. It just goes to show. All I'm doing is I'm showing how fucking brilliant I am and how little I give a shit about money. Stupid fucking money. Do you know what money does? Money makes you think you can make a funny little submarine and ignore any and all safety protocols that experts are telling you should abide by, and then take some people under the water and then kill them in your stupid little submarine. That's what money does to your brain. Your human brain gets fucked by having money, because money makes you think you're important. If you've got a lot, well, I've got all this money, which means I must be doing something right. I must be important. Therefore, everything I say is correct. And then you kill people accidentally or whatever, which, slightly hilarious. Because, billionaires dying is always funny. But especially when there's like a 19-year-old on board. Apparently, from what I read, there's a 19-year-old on board. And he didn't really want to be there, but he was there for his old man. Fine, I'll go down. And he really did go down with him, didn't he? They died. Hey, today we're drawing. Today we're drawing. Hey, welcome to the Drawing Shit podcast. I feel like I'm about due for another sort of not revamp, but just like renaming, rebranding. I feel like the Hang and Draw podcast is, if nothing else, maybe a little bit tame in terms of like the name and everything. And so maybe I'll call it the Drawing Shit podcast. Welcome to Ewan's Drawing and Shit. Drawing and shit could be quite cool, because sometimes I paint, sometimes I fucking nothing, sometimes I fucking nothing, sometimes I shit and I piss, sometimes I only shit, sometimes I only piss, sometimes I shit and piss. Hey, that's the new hit single coming at you, coming in your mouth, coming in your mum's mouth. Your mum's got a mouth, a filthy, dirty, rotten whore mouth, and I'm coming in it. Hey, did you know? I'm drawing Earthworm Jim. I mean, it's probably going to be in the thumbnail or whatever, so shouldn't be a huge surprise. I always do that. I always be like, today I'm drawing this, and like by the time the video's like uploaded and whatever, I've made the thumbnail and whatever, so you already know what I'm drawing. You're just waiting for me to shut up and fucking get to it. Fucking piece of shit, you, and shut up, just fucking draw the shit. Don't fucking talk about drawing it, just fucking draw it. Quite a few people finding my podcast for the first time recently, I've noticed, which is always good. Well, not always good. I guess sometimes it's probably bad. Well, not bad, but I don't know. I've had quite a few comments recently saying, I just found your page and I really like your content. Keep it up. Occasionally I get people saying, this was in my recommended. What the fuck is this shit? Which is totally fair, because sometimes, usually if someone comments on one of my podcast videos, I will click onto the podcast just because, there's hundreds of them. I don't know which is which. Or they'll comment with like a time code saying, haha, at this time code, that was really funny. And I'm like, I don't, what? And so I'll click on to the video and see what the fuck they're talking about. And sometimes I'll do that and I'll watch like a few seconds of the clip and be like, how does anyone watch this? How is this? What am I doing that this is the shit I'm putting out? And some people say they enjoy it. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck people are talking about. But that is to say, lately there have been quite a few people commenting saying, yeah, oh hey, YouTube's a piece of shit, but I found your content and it's really, really good. Which is, it's good because, as I fucking bang on about all the goddamn time, sometimes when like the numbers aren't going up, the subscribers aren't going up, the view count isn't necessarily going up, it feels stagnant and it does feel a bit like, what's the point? Hardly anyone's watching this shit. Why do I even fucking bother? But then I get a comment like that saying, hey, I've never heard of you before. I don't know who the fuck you are, but I randomly happened upon one of your videos and watched it, and I like your rants and your drawings pretty cool, and they may even say you've got a new fan or signed up to your Patreon or whatever, and it's like, that shit makes my day, man. It really does. That shit matters to a small creator or whatever. I'm a small creator, but I got a big ego and a huge cock. It matters. It really does matter hearing positive reinforcement. That's literally what it is. It's like your parents saying, oh, your drawings are really good, keep up the good work, maybe you'll be an artist someday. Or saying, can't you paint some flowers? Like some parents. I drawing bodybuilders last week, and now I'm drawing, well, I'm not drawing more bodybuilders, I'm drawing a super suit. His proportions are all wrong. These are not the best Earthworm Jim proportions. Let's give him eyeballs, or pupils rather. But I mean, because I said. I'm gonna be drawing a selection of Earthworm Jim characters, because I did a couple already. I'm gonna be painting them as nice paintings and then sell them, because Papa needs some money. So I figure people will buy that shit. And then several weeks later, I might actually do it, but. I'd run out of good paper to paint on, because so I was going to draw Queen Slug for a Butt, who is one of the Earthworm Jim big baddies. She's like a big bug lady with a huge like queen bug ass, and she births bug. I don't know. And I was trying to like draw her. See, originally I figured I'd do all of them on these bits of cards that I have. I'll keep it a secret where I get these from. But yeah, I thought, oh, it could be cool to do a queen slug for a butt across like 2, maybe even 3 pieces of card, with like the queen here and then her butt carrying on. And I tried a few different versions of that. I just couldn't get it to work. And the only way I could come up with an image of queen slug for a butt that I was happy with was to do it on an A3 sheet of paper, twice this size, her relatively small to medium in the middle, and then her butt like almost spiraling out behind her and around her, taking up most of, if not all of the frame, with some cool lighting and colour and stuff. And I didn't have any good paper of that size to paint on, so I've not wanted to move towards doing that until I got some more paper. And now I've got some more paper, so now I feel more in the zone to get the Earthworm Jim characters done. And also in the meantime, I've been working on commissions. If there were this one that's almost done, that'll probably be done by the time this episode's up. It's in the NES, I believe, NES colours of the Friday the 13th game. Jason Voorhees. Fucking... I was going to do like a... Voorhees a jolly good fellow. Voorhees a jolly good fellow. Voorhees a jolly good fellow. And he kills teenagers, and that's very good. So he'll have a purple jumpsuit and like some pinky purple lighting in the background, some turquoise rear lighting going on, some extra shadows and stuff in there. Quite a lot to do so far, still to go, but I'm happy with it at the moment. Had his nipple popping. I don't know why, I just thought it would be cool to make him look kind of, sexy with his tit out. We all like a nice bit of Jason tit, don't we? So I've got a couple of ideas for the Jim painting. I did one which is just the worm that I did on one of those pieces of card. So I thought I'd do that and then do a slightly bigger A4 probably. So I mean, I will do several paintings on these pieces of card. But I think I'm going to have a couple of like A4 paintings and then a big Queen Slug for about A3 painting. So I thought I could do just Jim as a worm on a small piece of card, Jim in his suit, bigger on an A4 piece of paper. But then like trying to, in my head, come up with like a pose to draw him in. And I think I might do 2 paintings of Jim in his suit, because I can't decide if I want to do a really like heroic Earthworm Jim pose or a slightly more like pathetic Jim pose. Like this, because Jim has his moments of being, big and heroic and shit, but then he also sometimes doesn't. Sometimes he's just a fucking a bit of a plum, just a turd in a suit. So maybe it's a pose I've used a bunch of times for a bunch of different pictures, where he's like slightly hunched forwards and then his legs go like this, and do like a space background kind of thing. I've just got on my laptop Earthworm Jim on Google Images, and maybe I'll base some of the colour schemes off of like some of the artwork from the video game. I think that could be quite cool. There's some really good Earthworm Jim artwork out there. It's almost intimidating. Almost makes me worried that like, I'm throwing my hat into this big old ring and I'm not sure if my hat is gonna stand out. Not that my artwork needs to stand out, but it would be nice if it did, And I do like that he's got like a big bulky upper body and then like skinny scrawny little legs. That's a good aesthetic. I like that. Yeah, that could be a cool painting. Paying attention to like texture and weight and shading and stuff. There's just quick. I'm just quick gonna fucking. I've done. Some of you may have caught them when I've done them. As of recording this, I've done 2 Instagram live sessions, which is something I've thought about doing for quite some time, but just never gotten around to it. And it's always felt a bit like I don't know what to do. Like, should I do something specific, or should I literally just, if I'm drawing, just turn on Instagram Live and then whatever I'm drawing and hang out with people and they can watch or whatever. But yeah, like I say, something I've thought about doing and been curious about for quite a while. And I finally did it and genuinely really enjoyed it. I had a really good time. Because it does feel like you're hanging out with people, which I guess is partly why, people stream in general. Streaming is quite a big thing. It can be a genuinely, like, big industry thing. It can be an actual paying, gig, a career. People make careers out of just streaming. Sometimes not even doing anything, just sitting there talking about shit. And I don't expect to make a living streaming, but I just think it could be, it's like I say with, wanting to change my podcast, like, name and not the vibe necessarily, but just a little change here and there, just, for variety. And I think streaming can be that, certainly to start with, like, just switching it up a bit. Like, now I'm doing streaming every now and again, and, maybe I'll start streaming regularly. And I have signed up to Twitch. I have an account, and I can start streaming there. I'm going to try and get hold of a relatively cheap, like, GoPro style camera. It won't be a GoPro brand one, because I looked them up and they're fucking expensive. They are fucking expensive. But, just a cheap version of one of those cameras. So I can connect it to my laptop and then stream via my laptop rather than my phone, because it'll just be far, far easier to sort of interact with chat and whatever else. But yeah, I'm very, very much, a lot of things you do and you're like, I've got to do commissions and I've got to do this and I've got to, make books and do prints. And you enjoy doing certain things, but it starts to feel like you have to do this and you have to do that. And streaming is one of those things that, like, I don't have to do it at all, but I am genuinely excited to really give it a proper go and really, like, try and get into it and have some fun doing it. Because, like I say, the couple of live streams I have done on Instagram have been really fun, and there've been quite a lot of people hanging out and just chatting shit, some asking questions, and yeah, it's been good times. I mean, we left off last time, like, literally, not even halfway through. I think fairly safely we can, like, consider it separate art books. There's enough to get through that it can still be an entire art book in itself. So this was the first. That sport. See, I'll do that because I've already. All my papers are encroaching upon my filming space. Less of that, please. Everything's just good, man. Even down to, like, that pose. Like, drawing people holding guns and making it look good. Pistols, easy. That's why most of the time, bar, like, a couple of rare exceptions, if I'm drawing gun Viking with guns, they're almost always held in single hands. It's very rare that I put a double-handed weapon in gun Viking's hands. Like I say, there are a couple of instances. Find them all and win a prize. Because it can be so awkward, especially if you want, like, a good, cool cinematic angle. It can be so fucking tricky to just get the placement right and make it not look shit and awkward. Not for Ashley Wood, evidently, the bastard. Bastard Wood, Ashley the Bastard Wood, Ashleen Woodington. These doomed paintings, Miss Doom or Miss Doomed or whatever, are really, really cool. There's some dark art for you. Zombies and gravestones and all the other shit. She's hot. I like a nice low hanging tit. Obviously tits are great, all of them. Fucking love them. Stupid big bubble fake tits, big natural ones, little perky tits. Just tits are great, and I'm a fan of like a lower hanging breast. I know it's typically seen as like a sign of being old and haggard and having really low hanging tits, but I like a low hanging tit, just fucking go. Love the robot intestines, it's so cool. Like that's such a cool concept as well, to have like pipes or tubes as intestines and have them fucking hanging out and shit. It's pretty cool, man. This is where we get into Sensila Finale. Artworks from 2000 to 2008. So it's like a separate thing. It's Tank Girl. That was a trip as well when Tank Girl first got revamped, and Ashley Wood did a bunch of covers and some internal strips. And Ashley Wood really, it didn't stick, because I think the modern Tank Girl now is more like the original Tank Girl than when it was first revamped, because Ashley Wood, he said somewhere how, she's supposed to be punk and like counterculture and stuff, but now dyed hair and girls with shaved heads and piercings and everything and tattoos is so commonplace that it doesn't seem to be counterculture anymore. So he decided, for at least a couple of his strips, that the best way to make her like counterculture-ish was to be the opposite of the punk aesthetic, which was to put her in like a little like business suit with a short skirt and heels, but like still acting like Tank Girl, so being like rude and aggressive and abrasive, but dressed nicely with like nice hair and stuff, which I don't hate. I think it's quite a neat thing. And when I first read that when I was in like college or whatever, I thought that was fucking genius. I was like, oh my god, it's so smart. It, like takes the thing and twists it on its head or flips the script and it's like, oh wow, it's so fucking good. But then realistically, it's like, yeah, but that's Tank Girl isn't necessarily that. Tank Girl is a character and has a look and a vibe and everything. So now the where Tank Girl has gone today and is still going, which is cool to see. She is much more similar to her original, punk aesthetic than, what Ashley Wood did with her for a little while. But that was like the revamp, and they were trying new things, which is really, really cool and important to do. These I still can't get over how much I clearly have unintentionally just fucking stolen this Lemort character as for Death Fist. And it is, hand on my heart, I'm naught but honest with all of you. You know that I'm the most honest person on YouTube. Fully unintentionally, I had no intention of stealing this aesthetic for Death Fist, and any and all similarities between Death Fist and this guy, completely coincidental. They were not, done on purpose. But the more I look at it, the more I am like, oh god damn it, I obviously fucking subconsciously stole all this shit. That's really fucking cool. Some giant fucking skeleton zombie bursting out of this building. The clock with the 13th hour, that's such a small thing, but that's a cool thing to put in like a weird horror spooky thing. I don't know. And again, I have no clue if like this is in comics that he's printed and published that are available. I don't know. I've never seen them. But it's such a fucking cool like aesthetic. It looks so fucking good. It's so simple as well, and I love the a lot of artists have done it. I'm not claiming to steal it from any one particular person, but it's, having a streak of colour or tone down the page, and then doing things within that streak coming out slightly. It's a really cool, sort of fun, interesting visual thing to do with drawings and paintings and stuff. And that's a really good version of it. And the fact that this character seems to live in the shadows or whatever, so he's coming out of the shadows with the guns, and that's cool shapes and just fucking. He's just a bit good, is our Wood, isn't he? Ashley Wood, he's pretty good. And I think this drawing exists earlier in the book, but higher contrast, so more stark black, whereas this is the ink drawing you can see, which is cool. And I love that this looks like it would be a thumbnail sketch done before you do the actual comic panel. It's like a street with buildings and stuff, just marker pens, trees and little bits of white out for little bits. But to have that and know that, yeah, that's going to be the panel as it looks in the comic is god damn, that's pretty fucking good. And that's just fucking Deathfist, isn't it? He's got his poncho, he's got his hat, hiding amongst the humans. People, loads of people, certain people named Ed Piskor with his Red Room comic, and he's got 1,000 variant covers that are all direct parodies of existing, classic comic book covers, which can be cool to do now and again, but frankly, in terms of Red Room, I think it's overdone. Okay, another parody cover, we get it. But I could do a parody of this with Deathfist, and it would look like I'm just straight up copying it, so I probably won't, but I could. But I won't, but I could, but I might, but I won't, but I could. 13 o'clock, that's probably a thing. Or maybe his full name is Lemore 13, and then the 13 o'clock is a thing in the story of him. I didn't realise there was so much of this guy in here, actually. It's quite cool to have a whole shitload of pages. Dark squid, show thy dark beak. I like that he's got a bone as a weapon as well. I assume a femur bone, a human femur. Alright, let's fucking get through some of this shit, so shall we? Some nudie drawings. I assume these are life drawings done with a live model, just quickly done in ink. Pretty cool. Very expressive. Just cool robot shapes and shit. Olay! That's zombies versus robots versus Amazons beheading the Minotaur. I around college was when I first found Ashley Wood. I straight up stole this aesthetic, painting my backgrounds exactly like this in these exact colours, with underpainted bits, and then painting this colour over the top with little splashes of burnt umber and burnt sienna and stuff. I tried to mimic this as close as possible. Which, I mean, may even be... I was probably copying Ashley Wood before Simon Bisley and Glenn Fabry and stuff. Because I think, like I say, it was around college I was really, became aware of my ability, the possibility that I could be, an artist. That's really cool. I really like that. That's fucking great. I could do Earthworm Jim like that, couldn't I, with his blaster? And it was around that time Ashley Wood was a huge influence on me for that, because his artwork felt so accessible, because it looks like drawings and paintings. I thought incorrectly. They look simple enough that I could do them. I can't quite match his ease and use of shapes and anatomy and form and fucking building an image. But yeah, so I was imitating Ashley Wood in a lot of ways that made me want to paint and draw, And then later on, several years later on, I sort of started finding, Glenn Fabry and Simon Bisley, and then realised that was more the kind of aesthetic I wanted to, create. And so I leaned into that a bit more and learned to really take time and learn to paint, not just copy painting. And I'm still learning. Every day is a new learning experience. I love to draw. Me too, Ashley Wood. Me too. Well, sometimes. Sometimes it's a chore to draw. All his gun poses are so fucking cool. Gas masks and shit. It's no wonder I like Ashley Wood, really, is it? Guns and tits, skulls, robots and zombies. Obviously I like Ashley Wood. Come on. Don't know what that is, but I like it. That's cool too. Very messy, obviously, possibly a rough sketch. Still pretty cool though. I think that's like a robot jetpack fucking, I don't know, an old woman or a zombie or something. That's kind of cool. If that's what you're into, I guess. Death. That's from Blood Sun, which is a story I did illustrations of and then read it out loud. I think there's a video of it somewhere on my page. You can find it on my YouTube channel if you're really into it. Whatever. I do want to I was going to say I do want to get through the rest of this book this episode, but there's no reason I couldn't spread it out and look at more of it next week as well. But I don't know. Maybe by then I'll find something else to look at. Alright with the drawings and shit, jeez. That's cool. The horror classics. Brain in a jar, vampire, sea monster, seaman. I think this is like an evil doctor or scientist guy. I don't know what that is. Werewolf man. Those are cool. Just fucking cool poses. Really simple looking drawings. Really cool poses. And it really, really does fool you into thinking, oh, I could do that. It's easy. Look how simple it is. And then you try it. And you get all construction lines and you try to map out like where everything needs to go. And I can almost guarantee this was just a straight to ink drawing, just a quick thing for Mr. Wood to do. But it's really fucking effective. Just these marker lines and stuff. That's effective. The fucking... God damn it. Love the cat singing, by the way. Into the microphone. Part of the band. Fun liquor. That's a cool guitar pose. The drums is really cool with his head down and his arms up. Just fucking going at it. Cat's really cool. But yeah, just like the 3 degrees of like zombies coming at you. Good shit, man. More horror guys. Invisible Man. That's a cool one. Brainbot's mummy. Gil. That's funny. Constantine, maybe? Well, that looks like a bat signal, so maybe it's something to do with Batman. Maybe it's Bruce Wayne. I don't know. God, how many fucking drawings of women does he have? Jesus. Enough with the women. Ugh. I hate women. Alright, maybe I don't hate all women. That's pretty cool. I like the robot holding her up as well. Like, that would be just quite a cool drawing anyway. But then just adding the little robot holding her up just makes it pretty funny. I like that. I'm into that. Use of light and shadow. Simple looking but effective. That was just me saying that's really good without saying that's really good. Like if I went to a convention and Ashley would, I'm slurring on my words. I apologize. It's very early in the morning. I'm recording at like 7 a.m. because I was just up and figured, I'll just fucking do my podcast. So if I was at a convention and I saw Ashley Wood and I could get something signed and he drew that on like something like that on a book or inside a cover or something, I'd be like more than happy. That'd be brilliant. Because it looks like the sort of thing that could be drawn really quick with like brush pens or whatever. He'd just, bash it out and be like, there you go. I'd be more than happy with that. That's nice. Pencils? Ugh. I don't know much about this character. He's got this Bambalad character, but I really like it. ADHD enabled, some little ADHD kid with his jumper pulled up around his face. And he runs around doing shit. Just one of Ashley Wood's little OC little characters or whatever. It's pretty cool. Miss Doomed. All my pages stuck together from me jacking off to Ashley Wood so much. Yeah, I've shown those before, the collection of Doomed like horror comics by Ashley Wood and other artists. They're really, really good. And these are some really good little drawings of Miss Doomed. I like her vibe. She's got a cool aesthetic. I like stockings and legs and heels. I draw enough of them. What came first? My love of stockings, legs, stockings and heels, or my love of Ashley Wood's artwork? And did that then feed my love of... I don't know. I don't even care. That's why this sentence fucking drifted off into nothing. I wet myself on the robot's head. That's a bit mean. Poor robot. You're going to rust him up. That's cool. I like the duotone dot see-through dress and the socks. Neat little additions. Dead astronaut gangster. I don't think I could find it anywhere. I think he did some strips of this, but I know I did a bunch of fan art of Dead Astronaut Gangster because it was such a cool idea to me. Just those 3 words as well, Dead Astronaut Gangster, floating around in space with a skull head. I just steal ideas from everywhere. That's all I do, is I steal different ideas from different places. But I see it as like how, hip hop artists, you sample, take a beat from here, a little, 2 seconds or 4 seconds of a beat, a few bars of a beat from here, put that on a loop, a little trumpet tune from there, some sound effects from here and here, you put it all together and make something new out of it. Make it your own thing that people know is your thing. But then, someone makes a video saying, oh, listen to where this track sampled all its bits from. And then you go, oh my God, they just stole from here, here and here. I'm like, yeah, they did, but... whatever. And that's what I do. I take a little bit here, a little bit there. I guess that's what they call influences, isn't it? You get influenced by different artworks and things here and there. And you fucking do your own shit with them. That's really, really cool. Gun Viking vibes. Which is just anyone with a gun. Is Gun Viking vibes. I think he's done paintings similar to this, and it's one of my favourites of his because there's just something really funny and cute and cool about it. I dig the look of it. I was going to use the word aesthetic again, but I didn't want to overdo it with that. A really nice portrait there. I don't know if that's an existing person or just out of his head, but really, really good with just some duotone scraps. Let's put shadow in there. The finish. This week's beverage of this week is this. Calypso, Taste of the Islands, Ocean Blue Lemonade. Shake well. Real lemon bits. Doesn't say which bits of the lemon. I don't know. The balls, the testicles and anus of the lemon are cut off, mashed up, turned blue. Blue balls. It's the... Take a lemon and you rub its cock through its underwear and pants, through its trousers. You dry hump it. Sorry, I need to fart. Oh, if the mic picked that one up, that was a good one. I don't think I've ever farted on a podcast before. I've burped a lot, but I don't know if I've farted. What have I eaten that's made me fart? Oh, weird. Anyway, you take a lemon and you rub its cock while you dry hump, and you're just rubbing its cock through its trousers, getting it all eager and ready to go. And then you pick up your phone and go, oh shit, I've got to go. See you later, lemon. You stupid, horny little lemon. And then you leave the lemon with blue balls and cut them off. And you take its anus while you're there, because, you know, you may as well carve it out. You take an ice cream scoop, but like sharpen the edges of an ice cream scoop, and then you dig it in around the anus and you scoop the anus out, and you take the balls off, you know, easily enough. Lemons, the balls aren't attached very tightly, so you just take them off. So they're all blue balls of a lemon. Toss them in a blender, swizz it up, and it makes ocean blue lemonade. Which doesn't taste of any organic matter at all. Doesn't taste like lemonade. But that's blue flavours. That's why they stopped making blue Smarties, because of all the dye and shit that you need to put into it to make it this unnatural blue. The fucking additives in that shit, they became illegal, so they stopped making blue Smarties, which sounds silly, but I mean, it is what it is. I get it, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so here's this is a worm. Hi, my name's Jim, and I'm a worm from Earth. Are you? No, you dumb bitch. Eat a pile of shit ass. In other developmental news, other developmentally challenged news, because I'm developmentally challenged. That's not real. Well, maybe. We'll never know. We probably will. All right. So, YouTube. The YouTubes, they reduced the criteria that you need to fulfill in order to be a YouTube partner to start making money on YouTube. I think I just about already fit the criteria, but never really bothered to do anything with it because fucking whatever. I can't remember exactly, but it's like you need to have, we've got the internet right next to us, let's shake my ass and drink some pus. YouTube partner criteria. Yeah, that's all the. That's not. That's stupid. You've got to have a bunch of like X amount of hours view time per month / per year, like 1,000 hours a month or something. It might be less now, and I don't know, just a bunch of shit, and you've got to fulfill the criteria, and then you can become a YouTube partner, which means you can start having ads on your videos, and then you can start making money, and that's what's important. Everyone loves the money. And yeah, so I fill the criteria, I meet the necessary fucking guidelines and whatever. And so I signed up to be a YouTube partner, and I got confirmed that it was all good. And so now I can start making money on YouTube, which I don't know if I actually can or will, because for one thing, largely it looks like it's basically based around adverts and that sort of thing, which, you know, we all know how I feel about that shit. But obviously it's you know, you can, oh Jesus Christ. So when you, size of that tit, man, that's a giant tit, a giant worm tit. So I signed up for, doesn't he have like a big blue X over his fucking chest? I need to I closed the window that had the images. Oh, okay, so it's like here and here. I applied, and then a day or so later I got confirmed that yes, you're eligible to be a partner, congratulations, you can start having adverts on your videos. Then it gives you a few options of, like, you can have adverts at the start of your video, you can have adverts during the video, you can have little adverts, like little banner ads or whatever, next to the videos while people are watching. And as I was looking at that, and I was like, oh, I could start clicking on things and then get adverts on my videos, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't, because, you know, then what? Then I'm one of them, and, you know, I go against my beliefs, everything I believe in, just for some fucking money. And I didn't, but also because I know, you know, they do say a lot about how you need to make sure your videos fit the standards of what the advertisers would expect from you, which, I mean, I can guarantee every one of my videos gets demonetized, because why wouldn't they? I believe it's like the first 30 seconds to a minute of the video needs to be clean and free of like bad language and whatever. And I think I open most of my videos by saying, hey, cunt, shit, dick, ass, ball, piss, do. And so I don't think a single one of my videos would get monetized, which is, you know, a bit disheartening, but that's just the way it goes. And of course, there's, you know, a lot of people have that problem, but then they get sponsorships for their videos. So a company pays them to mention their product. And there are products out there that, you know, will go on videos that are more adult oriented. Orientated. So I could look into that, but I'm aware that I think in general most companies that sponsor people's videos, I think they like to have around, or at least like 30,000 views per video to start sponsoring, because otherwise it's not really worth their while. If, you know, why are they going to sponsor someone who gets maybe 2,000 views on a video? It's not worth their while to pay, I don't know, whatever, tens of thousands of dollars or however much they pay. And so I'm still in the early days of like early small numbers. I'm still a small creator as far as the YouTube goes. So I don't really think I'm in a position to be making, and even if I put like adverts on my videos and I didn't get demonetized, I could probably make like maybe like a few dollars per video, maybe, and then like I don't know. It's just I don't feel it's worth bothering even trying to get monetized on YouTube until I've got, you know, hundreds of thousands of followers. If that would even happen, if that's even a bloody possibility, which it's more than likely not. Let's get the old light box. I decided in between doing things that I think I'll have a heroic looking gym at this A4 size, but I think for this slightly more, you know, mellow sort of I don't know what expression would you say that portrays? A slightly more melancholic. I don't want to say pathetic because he doesn't look pathetic, but for this one I'd use the backing card of a comic book backing card, because that's like a decent, like slightly smaller size. It's quite a decent sort of, it's a good size for like a character painting. So that's what I'm gonna do. A wibbity doo. I'd normally use the blue ballpoint pen and then ink atop that, but I don't really see that there's much point. It's not terribly necessary, so I'll just start inking right away with this bloody thing. So that's been my sort of adventure so far of looking into monetizing things. And as you've probably noticed, you know, with Patreon, I'm trying to grow that as much as I can, and getting into streaming, if that can make money for me someday, cool. Because I need to start bringing in more money in more ways, really. Not because I hate doing commissions and things so much, but I feel like that can only last so long. Like, there's only so many people that will pay for commissions, and sooner or later that well is going to run dry, and I'll realise I have no other money coming in, no other means of making money. So if I can get monetized anywhere else, I think it would be to my benefit. And it's, you know, that's specifically is something I've had on my mind for quite some time. Yeah, as much as I hate fucking money, I need to make it somehow. Gotta pay them bills. Gotta suffer under fucking capitalism, as we all do. I drew his gun weird. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm happy with it. That's where I might need to use this guy. Right, what are we saying? His thumb here, trigger finger here, other fingers here, here, handle would be about there. It's just round, isn't it? Hand, wrist, forearm. Yeah, that works. I'm cool with that. Does he have? I think he has a gun holster usually, but I'm going to give him pouches also, just for a bit of added flavour, a bit of added texture on his belt. Some pouches and things. Little crotch there. I thought I'd be able to talk longer about all the fucking YouTube stuff, but I mean, it just is what it is. That's that. I am looking forward to streaming more. I think I'll do a few more YouTube, not YouTube. Oh, fucking stupid bloody YouTube in my head. I'll do a few more Instagram live streams because those have been quite fun. And then when I've got everything sort of situated, all the necessary bits and pieces that I need, I'll do Twitch. I'll go on Twitch. I'll be a Twitch streamer. Oh my god. And as tends to be the case, I'm usually quite late to these sorts of things. I always was a late bloomer. I think I went through puberty a bit later than the other guys at school or whatever. I just tend to be a bit late to things. So hopefully I'm not too late to the whole Twitch thing and I jump aboard just before it sinks. And I go down like the guy in the fucking Titanic submarine. It all comes full circle. It all comes back. That's a good earthworm gym, man. Sometimes I draw them and I'm like, yeah, it's alright. Like I said, the proportions of the big heroic muscly one I did before, I just wasn't happy with. That's not a drawing I'd want to finalise without reworking it a bit. But this one, I mean, I've got this one pretty spot on. Do 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 do. Oh, I could put some double lighting in here pretty easily, couldn't I? And there. And there. He's got good shapes for lighting. He's got lots of tubes. It's always good when there's tubes to do lighting, because you can do like a zigzaggy line down the middle, and then you've got one colour light here, one colour light there, and you've got your double lighting on your tubes. Maybe I'll do a video showing me painting it, just to show you even clearer all the tubey goodness. That looks good both sides as well. Like I say, you always, not always, but it's usually a good idea to flip the image. You know, on if you're working digitally, you can do it easily. You just flip the canvas and go whoop, on the screen and see how it looks. Because very often, if I have no scraps of paper, I can just fucking do like. Very often, if you draw like a face or something, and you think like, yeah, you've got it pretty symmetrical, there's the eyes and the mouth and whatever, and then you flip it and then it ends up looking like some fucking Picasso painting, and it's just really off compared to what you thought it was. That happens to me a lot. I may come across like this amazing, great, fantastic, skilled, talented, forward-thinking artist that I know what I'm doing, all the time, every time. But you know, I lean on my left arm a lot, and so when I'm drawing, a lot of times my drawings tend to like be sort of sloped to the left because they look right to me. And then I look at it when I sit upright, and it's all fucking leaning all over this way, all over the place. But yeah, flipping your shit. You know, I've got my lamp. I just look at it like this. Does that show? Can you see through it? Kind of. Oh, you can. Does it work with the Jim? I couldn't see through the. That's him normally, and then. Oh, you kind of can, but not at a good angle. But yeah, I think that looks good. Flipped. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with this Jim drawing. This is a good Jim drawing that I'm happy with. I think this will be a fun one to paint. I might do that later. I've still got to finish my Jason Voorhees painting. I'll do that later today. And then when I get a minute, I'll start working on some of these goddamn Earthworm Jim pieces so I can goddamn sell them and make some goddamn money.